No CC, hardly any defense. Yeah, so one of the things that people are going to be asking is like, AMBESSA is just so BS, right? She dashes all the time. How could that ever possibly be balanced? And I'm going to be upfront with you. A character who dashes all the time is not the easiest character in the world to balance. That's just true, right? But one of the things you have to think about for any character is, in the role that they're in, what are they giving up? So what I mean by that is, as an example, if you take Katarina and you go mid lane, you know, Katarina's a powerful character. Like, it's not like she's bad, but there's very real things Katarina gives up for being like this resetting mobile bursty mage. Like, one of the things she gives up is crowd control. One of the things she gives up is ranged threat. One of the things she gives up is safety and tankiness. And so that's one of the things that's worth thinking about with AMBESSA is like, okay, she's super dashy. That's very real. She doesn't have very good defenses. This shield overall, like, isn't that strong, at least in the laning phase. And she doesn't really provide much CC until she has her ultimate. And to be fair, her ultimate is pretty good, but it's definitely not the same as, like, say, like a RENEKTON, like, targeted stunning you, or a Kassanti's, like, Q3, or things like that. What about full tank AMBESSA? I don't think full tank AMBESSA is good, and I'll tell you why. I might eat my words. This is just my guess, looking at the character and playing her right here. But my guess as to why full tank AMBESSA wouldn't be good is when you go full tank, it means your kit has to have innate value, right? There is no point in never dying unless you're doing something with it, right? So as an example, if Maokai never dies, that's powerful because he can repeatedly CC the enemy team, right? One of the reasons full tank Viego was so good for so long is because if Viego never dies, assuming his teammates kill his opponents, he becomes them, right? Like, that's why full tank Viego was viable. It wasn't because his kit had much good, but aside from the passive. Ah, he stunned me! You can stun me out of my dashes? Riot! And so if you're building full tank, you need, like, a reason that full tank is good. And I think one of the things that I would guess is hard for AMBESSA if she builds full tank is, like, providing value. Because the only real CC she has is her ultimate. And so, like, right there, that's powerful because I have damage, right? And I can jump on Viego and kill him. But, like, imagine I'm full tank there. Unless I kill him with my base damage, I feel like I just don't do anything afterwards. Okay, so I don't have CC. I don't have a ton of % health damage unless I scale it with AD. So that would be my guess about full tank AMBESSA. But, you know, I could be totally wrong. Like, I have no clue. Oh, no, sir. He stunned me! He can stun me out of my dash, dude! That's important, by the way. That's another thing that's worth noting is you can be stunned out of your dash. So a fun fact about most dashes in League of Legends is you can't stun people out of them. Most dashes in League of Legends, once they are cast, will go through, and the only way you can stop them is a knock-up or a knockback. There's only a few characters in the game where stuns actually cancel the dashes. AMBESSA's one of them, but it seems AMBESSA's one of them, but another one would be Rakan, and we did that to stop pro play, and another one is Yasuo, and we did that because his E is just, you know, really, really good, and so letting you stun him out of his dash felt appropriate given how many times he can dash. But typically it is not possible to stun people out of their dashes unless you have a knock-up or a knockback. Pyke's E is bugged? Can you stun Pyke out of his E? Is that a thing? He might be one of the exceptions. The thing I'm noting is that the rule is dashes go through, and then there's certain characters that are exceptions to the rule. Was there ever an option to, thoughts about providing a team-wide vote ban? So one of the things you have to understand about banning in League is that it takes time out of champion select. And so adding a team-wide vote ban would be a lot of champion select time for low value overall. But like basically it's like, you got to think about the cost and benefits for a team-wide vote ban. The benefit is every team bans one more person after voting. The cost is champion select takes significantly longer for that single ban. Probably not worth it. And on top of that, you add friction because now there's the chance of people getting mad at each other if they vote on the wrong things or the wrong thing gets banned. And so I don't know if the added friction and the added time in champ select is worth one extra ban in champ select that the team votes on. I don't think it would make the game better. One of the reasons we went to 10 bans from 6 is because it straight up made the game better. Not only did we give players more bans, and not only did we let people choose their own bans, but it actually made champion select faster. What about 2 bans per person? So first of all, there is a cost. Champion select time increases, because for 2 bans per person, you have to do 2 rounds of bans. So that's something that matters. But then the other question about 2 bans is like, what do we get out of it? Like as an example, one of the goals of ban champ select is not that you can ban out everything. So like a lot of times when people are asking for more bans, one of the reasons they're asking for more bans is like, I hate that I have to ban Yasuo and Yone. Give me more bans so I can ban both of them. And it's like, the ban phase is not actually intended to let you avoid an entirety of a class. Which, when you get to 20 bans, like legitimately in a game, the majority of the AD carry roster could be completely banned out, as an example of like something that could happen. And so the goal of the ban phase is more to like give you, you know, some personal agency over what you want to play against. And also like let you get away from things that are like maybe just really poorly balanced or bugged or something like that, you know, give you some resilience against against things that Riot legitimately screwed up at some point. But it's not necessarily there to be like, I don't like playing against assassins, and assassins are OP this patch, so why can't we ban all the assassins? Like, that's not really a goal. Another thing to note is, another argument for more bans is there's more champions, which is a reasonable argument, right? It's like, hey, there's more champions in the game, so you need more bans. Like, that makes sense, right? And it makes sense to some degree, but I think one thing to note is just because there's more champions in the game, it doesn't necessarily mean that there's significantly more, like, OP champions that need to be banned all the time. Like, usually as the meta shakes out, like, certain characters tend to rise to the top regardless of number of champions. This isn't completely, like, true, but, like, it's things like, usually there's 3 to 4 AD carries that are strong in a given patch. And as we make more AD carries, that doesn't tend to, like, change how many, like, top of meta AD carries there tend to be. It usually tends to be about the similar numbers. Why does Riot hotfix champs like Mila instead of letting the meta correct itself? Because sometimes we make characters way too strong or way too weak, and it's warranting of a hotfix. Doesn't mean we're always going to do it, but like if there's like a very, very intense imbalance or very, very intense bug or something that needs to be addressed, like we're gonna hotfix it. It's rare, like we have a pretty high bar for hotfixing. We're not just gonna hotfix a character because they're 1% OP. But like if, you know, we do ship a chain and a character is like 56% or something, like we could very well, you know, need to hotfix it.